Okay, so on our warm up here, on this first one, I'm going to plot this negative 2, 0, negative 4, 3, negative 3, 4, and negative 1, 4. Actually, that's right. 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, yeah, so we have B, C, D, no, B, C, Z, and X. Okay, now we're going to do a 90-degree rotation on this. And remember, when we do a rotation, which way does the rotation always go? It always goes counterclockwise, okay? And a 90-degree rotation, 90 is 1/4 of 360. So 90-degree rotation is a quarter turn, okay? So if this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, and this is quadrant 4. After we do this 90-degree rotation, it's going to move it a quarter turn, basically just move it one quadrant counterclockwise. Which quadrant is this going to end up in? Yep, it's going to end up in the third quadrant right down here. Okay, now, let me do this real quick. So what's going to happen is when we do this rotation, it's going to do like this. So starting here, we're going to rotate counterclockwise, and it's going to go a quarter turn to put it right there. And so it should look like that after we get this thing rotated. So let's see. All right. Bless you. Our rule that we talked about yesterday is that the x, y turns into negative y, x. Okay? In other words, you change the sign on the y, then you flip the numbers. So if you change the sign on 0, does 0 have a sign? Can it have a sign? No, it cannot. So changing the sign on the 0 is not going to affect anything. So that's just still going to be 0, and we don't change the sign on the x. So that's going to be 0, negative 2. Okay, if we change the sign here, that's going to make a negative 3, and then we switch them. That's going to make a negative 3, negative 4. Remember, on this, all we're doing is changing the sign on the y. This one stays the same. So here I'm going to change the sign on the y. This becomes a negative 4, and then we switch them. This is going to be negative 4, negative 3. And this is going to be negative 4, negative 1. All right, so those are our new points. So 0, negative 2 is B prime. Negative 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 is C prime. Negative 4, negative 3 is going to be Z prime. And then negative 4, negative 1 is X prime. Yeah. And it should look like that. Okay, on the next one, negative 5, negative 2, negative 4, 1, 0, negative 1, and then negative 2, negative 4. So we have K, A, I, J. All right, we're going to do a reflection across the y-axis, or not the y-axis, but the line y equals x on this one. Okay, so remember the line y equals x is this line right through here, like this. So we're doing a reflection across that. And remember, on this, the rule is you just switch the x and y. Okay? So on this one, this is just going to turn into -2, -5. We don't change the signs, we just switch them. This is going to be 1, -4. This is going to be -1, 0. And this is going to be -4, -2. All right, so we've got -2, -5 is going to be right here. 1, -4 is going to be right here. So this is K prime, A prime. -1, 0 is right here. This is I prime. And then -4, -2 is going to be right there. And it should look like that. Okay, so today what we're going to do, there's nothing new we're doing today. We're just doing what we call composition. Okay, composition of transformations. So what a composition is it's where there's more than one happening. All right? So, like sometimes you hear shingles, like shingles that you put on a roof, you hear them referred to as composition shingles, and that means there's more than one, thing in those shingles. Makes them, more durable. And that's what compositions means. It just means putting more than one thing together. So what we're going to do is, like on this first one, is we're going to do a translation, and then after that translation, then we're going to do a reflection, okay? So first of all, let's go ahead and plot these 3 points. Plot A, B, and C on this grid. Let's make that triangle first. So go ahead and plot those 3 points and make that triangle. Okay, so there's our original triangle. The first thing we're going to do, okay, is we're going to translate using this vector 4, -7. So what's that vector 4, -7 going to do? Good, it's going to go 4 right, okay, and 7 down. Remember, the first number in the vector tells you your left-right movement. Second number tells you up, down. If the first number is positive, you're going right. If the first number is negative, you're going left. If the second number is positive, you're going up. If the second number is negative, you're going down. So 4, -7 means 4 right, down 7. So every point is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here is my B prime, and then 1, 2, 3, A would go right there, A prime. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There's C prime. Okay, But that's not all. We have one more to do. Now we're going to do a reflection across the y-axis. Now this is a progression, okay? So we always are going to do the action on it from the last one, not from the first one, okay? So the one that I'm going to reflect across the y is not the original one. It's going to be the last one that I did. So I want to take this one and reflect this one across the y-axis, okay? So here's the y-axis. That's the one going up and down. So I'm going to take this and flip it over here. It's going to put it over to here somewhere. Okay, so how far is A prime away from the line of reflection right here? It's 5. So go back to the line of reflection. I'm going to flip it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going that direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now this one, I'm going to call it A double prime. I'm going to put 2 marks on there. That way I know which one was the original one, which one was the next one, which one was the next one. Okay? So for every new one, we're just going to add another little mark on there. All right, how far is B prime away from the line of reflection? Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to flip it 8 to this other side. So 5, 6, 7, 8. There's B double prime. And then how far is C prime away? It's 7. So I'm going to flip it 7 along that same line to the left of the line of reflection. And I'm going to have C double prime. Okay, so that's what composition means. Composition means there's more than one action happening to it. We did a translation, then we did a reflection. Okay, on the second one here, let's go ahead and plot those 3 points, make that triangle. So plot K, L, and M on this grid. All right, so it looks like that. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to do a rotation of 180. And I listed our rules right here. Rotation of 180, xy turns into negative x, negative y. Remember, all we do is we just change the signs. Okay? So I'm just going to go up here and just do it right up here above here. So if I change the signs on this one, what's it going to be? Yeah, negative 4, positive 1. What's L going to be? L prime, I mean. Yeah, negative 5, positive 2. And then what is M prime going to be? Negative 1, positive 4. So that's going to be my rotation of 180. So let's plot those 3 points. Okay, so negative 4, 1 is K prime. Negative 5, 2 is L prime. And then negative 1, 4 is going to be M prime. So that's taking that, rotating at 180. If I did take it, rotate it like that, you can see it puts it exactly where it was, which this is half of a turn for 180, half turn, boom. You see it puts it right to where it is. Okay, and then the second transformation within this one is we're going to do reflection across the y. All right, so again, here's the y-axis. We're reflecting across that. How far is m prime away from there? It's 1, so I'm going to flip it 1 to the right. So here's m double prime. Okay, how far is k prime away from here? It's 4 to the left, so I'm going to flip it 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. For k double prime. And then how far is l prime away? It's 5, so I'm going to flip it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right. For L double prime. And so it'll be something like that. Okay, so we can see it took us 2 transformations to get from here to here. Could you see something that would have gotten us directly from here to here? Is there something that could have gotten us directly from the red one here to this purple and blue one? Okay, that would put it in the same general area, but not exactly to where that's at. How could I get from this red one up here to this one directly without having to go to that one first? Yep. Reflection across what? Yep, the x-axis. So if we would have taken this and flipped it, it's 1 below here, 1 above. This is 2 below, 2 above. This one is 4 below. This one's 4 above. So we could have done reflection across the x to get directly from here to here. But that's not what's asking. I just wanted you to see that there's sometimes things like that happen. So again, it's nothing new we're doing today. It's just adding on another layer. It's just doing another transformation within the same one. I think on your assignment there may be one that has 3 or 4 transformations in it. So